bone in his leg. He played in the Super Bowl down in Jacksonville against the Patriots. There are other issues surrounding Terrell Owens, and really that's what a team has to decide on.
Yeah, and he regenerates like Wolverine of X-Men. I mean, the guy is phenomenal in that manner. I've not seen an athlete better conditioned that I could ever think of than Terrell Owens, and I'm talking about the Jerry Rices of the world, who the trainer has worked with in the past that we're seeing out there with him today. I'm talking about Walter Payton in his prime. These unbelievably top-notch conditioned athletes. What you're pointing out, Andrew, is what team wants to take on the T.O. show? Mm-hmm. All right, for lack of a better term, the T.O. circus, the T.O. bandwagon, everything that goes with it. Because if he comes in, he's the type of athlete, if you're going to sign him, he is not a shrinking violet. He's not a guy that says, I'm going to be signed to be the fifth receiver. I want to be one of the prominent frontline guys. And if he gives you production, so be it. That's terrific. But if that's not going well, and T.O. reverts to form that we've seen before, dealing with your quarterback, dealing with your offensive coordinator, dealing with your head coach, dealing with your team, that could not be good for. That could be very detrimental to a team. So I think a formula's out there, though. I think a veteran coach who's strong. I think an offensive coordinator who's secure. I think a veteran quarterback who can handle that type of a deal. And a team that has playoff aspirations and going deeper is the right type of a team for Terrell Owens. Other than that, I'm not sure people will be very interested in working with him. And frankly, I'm not sure they would sign him right now. Mm-hmm. They might want more time and bring him in for the stretch drive of the season as injuries develop on their teams.
This is live coverage here on NFL Network of Terrell Owens and his workout, trying to prove to the NFL, any of the 32 teams that might be interested, that he is ready and he is able to get back on the football field. Now, the last 3 seasons, he's been with 3 teams. 08 with the Cowboys, scored 10 touchdowns. That was his last 1,000-yard season. Then 1 quick stop in Buffalo where he scored 5 touchdowns. And then last year, the Cincinnati Bengals actually put up fairly decent numbers, 983 yards. He had 9 touchdowns. Had a 1-year deal. That deal is done. He did not have a deal through the lockout, clearly. And then the knee surgery back in April. Details still murky as to how he was injured and the exact date of the surgery. And I assume if a team were to bring him in, then those questions would have to be answered. But again, there are larger issues. Now, Charles, I assume you've never had an ACL surgery, correct?
No, I'm fortunate enough never to have had that.
All right. Looking at these workouts today, he's about to do the 60-yard shuttle, I'm told. Which of these, if you had to guess, as a scout, would you be most interested in seeing how he performs to see if that knee's ready?
Frankly, I'm interested in any drill where he has to change direction and cut. Because those are the drills I want to find out how the knee is holding up, how it's handling the torque as you move back and forth. Is straight line running? I want to see, as I said before, ease of movement. I want to see if everything is kind of operational, where he's moving along just fine, where it's not a real issue, and I see like a hitch, where I see an extra kind of step and a half in his movement. But to see him move and cut and get in and out of breaks, any of those types of drills where you're changing direction, those are the things I'm most interested in, because that'll tell me more about the knee than running a straight line pattern.
And let's face it, regardless of how well he can recuperate from surgery, and we've talked about that, and who can forget, really, as much criticism as T.O. has taken over the years, the fact that he was on that field that night in Jacksonville in an Eagles uniform some years ago against the Patriots is remarkable.
And performed at a top level. I mean,
Absolutely.
It wasn't that he just made a cameo appearance that night. He became the go-to guy and very nearly helped Philadelphia win a Super Bowl.
But with all that said, the guy does turn 38 the first week of December 7th to be exact. There aren't many 38-year-old receivers, regardless of recent knee surgery, that can make an impact in the NFL. Now, we told you his numbers last year. He scored 9 touchdowns for the Bengals.